friends. Welcome back to
Wish You Love Podcast.
I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Marilyn.
And thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you haven't already, make sure you tune in to 2 weeks ago. We released our very first episode of 2025, where we talked all about New Year's resolution.
And funny things.
And funny things.
If
the whole intro.
Yeah, pretty much. If y'all didn't know, we're doing bi-weekly episodes. So if you're wondering, hey, what happened last week? That's what happened. Bi-weekly episodes now. So every other week, every other Wednesday, you will get a new episode.
Yes. So make sure to put that on your calendar so you know. And that also gives you some time to check out if you missed out on the episodes. You have some buffer to
that's true.
Listen.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
If y'all are on the YouTube, you guys can watch us on YouTube. I'm literally wearing this super cute fluffy vest, but I kind of look like I'm floating from the vest. Like the vest looks like it's a pillow and then my head's just like on the pillow. But it's very soft. My grandma got it for me for my birthday.
Ooh.
But I just wanted to say that because if y'all are looking, it kind of looks a little weird.
She's like, I'm here, I promise. I have a neck, I have a body.
There you go. That looks better. I think it's because I had it all zipped up. But thank you for clicking on this episode. And we're going to start off this episode by talking about who is our artist of the moment? Like, what are the songs we're playing?
Yeah.
Who can't we stop listening to? So please comment down below. Who have you been listening to and what songs have been just on your replay?
Yeah, definitely. Kick us off, Marilyn.
Okay. So I have been listening nonstop to Kendrick Lamar.
Shocker.
Not even a shocker, but I'm prepping, I guess, for the concert in May, but I can't listen to anything else. I feel bad for Anthony because I for sure do love Kendrick more than him. And I think I'm just listening to it so much that I think it's tiring for him. He doesn't say anything, but I feel the vibes, but I can't stop. It's like an addiction. But yeah, so Kendrick Lamar is my artist spotlight that I'm going to spotlight for this month of January in the new year. And first of all, I love him as a person. He is amazing. I hope I get to meet him one day. That would be so cool. But what's it called? I guess the songs that I have been listening to a lot was Mad City and Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. I love those songs. And of course, I've been listening to the whole GNX album, but I've been finding myself this morning, I was playing those songs. And I'm like, I just love it. It gets me so hyped in the car when I'm dancing. Mm-hmm. It's fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
May is your concert?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is it your goal to know every single, I'm sure you already know it, but lyric of the new album?
Oh yeah, I do pretty much. Already.
Yeah.
How
fun. That's always interesting, prepping for a concert and it does take time. Yeah. It's do your homework, know everything. I know that's what Angel and I did for Jack Harlow's concert and it was fun.
Yeah. That's why I felt Sabrina's concert was worth it because I knew all of the lyrics.
I know.
It wasn't hard to memorize though, honestly. Her songs were just super catchy.
Yeah. I know. I'm hoping 2025 we get another Sabrina Carpenter.
I'm hoping we get Ariana concert.
Ariana.
Girl, come on. Wicked's out.
So,
come on now.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But hopefully. One of the two or both. Or Justin Bieber.
She's not in her pop star era right now.
No.
She's in her actress era.
Yeah. So I think we're going to have to
wait. That sucks.
Yeah.
This album
we'll be pregnant and then be like, whoa, she's here.
Whatever. Yes.
We're still going to a concert.
Dancing.
I know. Baby's going to be moving in there.
Oh my gosh. No, yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. I hope so. I hope not that long. Damn.
I know.
Long this time.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But who's your artist?
Yeah, so my artist is Forrest Frank. I don't know if you've heard of him. I went out to dinner with my group from church and we ended up carpooling because one of the girls, she has a mom van. So it's easy. Everyone's just get in and she'll drive. And so we ended up doing that and she started playing his music. It's Christian music.
Oh,
but
cool.
It's fun, upbeat. I know one of his songs that I really like is, I think you've heard it. It's the one that goes about to have a good day.
Oh, yeah. I think I heard it on Instagram.
Right, yeah. It's like catchy. I think it was trending too. But yeah, I really like him as an artist. I think he's been doing really good job. And I've been listening to his music a lot more lately after that dinner. Like, I was like, oh, like, let me, like, check him out a little bit more and, like, listen to him. Because it is different. It's not really worship music, but it's still Christian music. But, like, fun way. Like, more modern, I guess I would say.
Nice.
Yeah. But, yeah, I give him my song artist of the month. Like, it's really been him. Yeah, he gets the spotlight because he's been really, really good, and I play him a lot now. He's actually coming to concert as well in April, I think.
Oh, cool.
And I told Angel, like, we should go, and he's down, and the tickets are only $55.
Yeah.
Like, they're not that expensive, and I'm like, I would want to experience that
live
side.
yeah,
like live, and also like that side of like concerts, because I've never been to like a Christian concert. Everything's usually
it looks fun.
Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande. So I wonder how the feel, the vibe, the people, like how you're like,
where's the drinks? I'm just kidding.
Shot. They're gonna look at me like,
shots for
girl,
Jesus.
get the fuck out of here.
That's funny.
Yeah,
all jokes.
Right. But yeah, so he is my artist.
Wait, can I also say something? Speaking of Kendrick, friggin' Jazmine, first of all, I know you don't really watch things, but I sent you a video I do want you to watch of Kendrick. It's like explaining one of his albums, and it has like a really nice message in the end, and I think you would enjoy it while you're doing your makeup, so I hope you watch it. But friggin' Jazmine, she texted me, she's like, what's that Kendrick song that you were telling me about that has scripture in it? But I was like, there's a lot of Kendrick songs that have scripture in it. And I was like, oh, it must be, because we were talking about it on the podcast, Reincarnated. And I was like, what? You're telling you're the priest about that song?
I did.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how cool this priest is, but I wouldn't have told my pastor.
He's like my bestie.
Oh, like, what did he say?
I didn't get the chance to share it with him, but I'm going to see him tomorrow. So
gosh,
yeah, I'll let him know. But no, it's because we were at we had like a Christmas celebration together, and we were playing just music talking, and then I was like, hey, Father Tommy, like, I don't know how we were talking about Kendrick. And then he's like, oh, I haven't listened to him in a while. Like, obviously, like, during
he's listened to him before?
Yeah. He's young.
Okay.
He's only 29.
Know. Okay.
So before he became a priest, he was still like 18, human? 20, 21, you know? Right. Kendrick's been around for a while, so he had to.
Okay.
And then that's when I told him, like, I was like, yeah, my friend was telling me that he like added scripture to like one of his songs from like his latest album. Yeah. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, but I don't know if it's good or if it's bad, because I had a discussion.
I mean, all scripture is good.
I had a discussion. I mean, this is debatable. I'm not going to get into it, but I know Angel's dad had said not every rapper uses it with good intention. I don't know what his intention is. Yeah. So I was just like, I just said like, yeah, he just like added it. And then I was like, let me ask her for the name of it. And he's like, yeah, let's listen to it together. And I was like, okay. I was like, sounds good. And then he sent it to me, but I think by then we were already playing like games and stuff. So we never like got back to it. But yeah.
That's funny.
I know. You're like, I would not share this with my pastor.
No, yeah. You know him better than I don't know that guy, so I don't know.
Chill. I don't really think he cares.
Like, wait, what? It's like, Jasmine, no. I'm sharing that. But that's true. They're not like holier than thou. They're people, and they hear music that we hear sometimes. I don't know. I don't know much about like what they do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they say messages, and I'm like, their life starts and ends in church for me. I forget that they have like a life outside of church. Yeah. But yeah. Well, I mean, I think I share, like, I think that's why I'm so comfortable with him, because he's nice. More of like he's like friend real. And real. Yeah. Like, that's good. You're not like, I'm thinking like in one example, like, you're not supposed to celebrate Halloween, but he was still like, oh, let me see your costume. Like, maybe he's not like fully like, I support this, not, like, but he's not judging. Like, he's good. Like, oh, well, what did you guys dress up as? Like, let me see it and stuff. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, I love that. But that is funny. I forgot that I had asked you about Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, no, Kendrick is a really good person. Angel's dad. So He is. I love him. Like, he uses his platform to talk about God. Like I told you, like, he gave a speech at Compton College and he used that to talk about God. I didn't do that at my speech. Mm-hmm. Like, who does that? Like, no.
Maybe Angel's dad was referring more to like people. Other rappers.
I know. Yeah, I know. But
that use it.
I'm like that. I'm very protective of people I love. So I'm like, not him. But yeah, it's good. Yeah, the scripture was Isaiah 14, so he's talking about like that chapter in the Bible. Mm-hmm.
Got it.
That's good. Yeah, but yeah, comment down below y'all's artist spotlight of the month. Who have you been just on replay? Yeah.
And with that, we'll jump into today's episode. Mm-hmm. So as we chatted last episode, we were going to talk about this episode, and then in 2 weeks, it'll be my turn.
Right.
We're going to be sharing our themes of the year, right? Or like some sort of theme, maybe a little message that we are going to be using personally for 2025. Yeah. And so today, Marilyn's going to kick us off to share hers. So make sure you maybe take this time to listen to her theme, reflect on what your theme could be. Maybe it could be the same. Maybe she'll inspire you and you can take this on. I know I was once inspired with her with the faith over fear. So really take the time to think about that. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode. We know Marilyn always brings good words of wisdom. So let's
thank you.
Let's jump in.
Okay, so I just wanted to share, if you guys are on the YouTube channel, I have my new planner of the year. So I get my planner from Passion Planner. And so this is the one that my Thea had gotten me. It's really cute. It's red with gold detailing. And this is a really nice reflection-based journal. And so like after every month, you would reflect on what you've learned. Who do you have most gratitude towards? Pretty much kind of what we do here in the podcast, but in a book form. And then of course the regular calendar and the day by day things that you do, like a list you can write out of what you have to do. So it's literally brand new, undecorated. I still need to decorate it and write things in it, but just wanted to share my planner, and Jasmine will share hers in her episode because she has her own too. But yeah, Passion Planner. This is a great brand created by students. I forget what university does it, but yeah, and they got pretty successful, so I'm happy for them. But yeah, so mine is really just like conversation based, but I think it's like really important to remember this. So I have written down, I refuse to live an unlived life. So it's interesting because I think it's important to reflect on what we have accomplished in our lives. And on Christmas Eve, I sat next to my dad and I had told him, he was like, how do you feel, Mama? Like, you're turning 27. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I feel good, but I feel like I haven't lived yet. And he said, what? What do you mean? I was like, I don't know. Like, I haven't done all the things that I want to do yet. You know, like I would be sad if I died. Like, I haven't done everything I set out to do, you know? And he said, well, I don't think so. Like, I think there's so many things that you've done that people have never accomplished in their life. It made me think of like, wow, I think I need to reflect on what I have done in my life. But then at the same time, like, I obviously have these feelings of that I haven't lived yet for a reason. And so I think that it really goes with traveling. Like, I refuse to live an unlived life. Like, at the end of my life, I want to say I lived. I did everything I wanted to do. I seen all I wanted to see. I learned all I wanted to learn. Like, I want to feel at the end of the day when I die, like, that I'm good. Like, I'm at peace because there's nothing I haven't done, you know? So and being intentional about living, you know, having fun with my friends, like, you know, how we were talking about our spa moment. Like, I'll always remember that. That was really fun and a funny moment with my friends. And I think oftentimes we're so glued to the phone. We're so like, I think everybody's becoming homebodies because after the pandemic, even though that was a few years ago, I think it really has impacted everybody. But I just really want to make sure that I set out to do everything I want to do. Like I said, travel. Like, I really want to visit all the islands in Hawaii. I want to go to London and see all the spots like that for Harry Potter. I want to go to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower dazzling in the nighttime. time. I want to go to Hong Kong, China. I want to go to Shanghai, China. I want to go to Tokyo, Japan, and I want to see all these things. And I was telling Anthony, I was like, I know we have to save money for things that we want to accomplish, but we don't have kids right now. Like, this is the time to do it. And although I will travel with my children, I will show them the world, but I think as a mother, I think I'll be scared to bring them to China or like places that where it's the unknown. Like, honestly, I would probably want to leave them here because I'm like, girl, like, what if something happens to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I
think it'll be
protective.
Different.
It's different.
Like, you're not traveling with the mindset of like viewing the world. It's like you're viewing it through them. And while protecting them.
Exactly.
Still.
You're not like just, you know?
Yeah.
And even when you go and let's say you leave your kids and, you know, here with their Thea or whatever, have you not? You're still like worried about them, like, and guilty. You know, a lot of moms feel guilty for leaving their kids and stuff like that. So I'm like, this is the time to travel. This is the time to do it. And so I'm kind of grappling with saving money for getting married, moving out, buying a home, traveling. Like, there's just so much I want to do in these little few years before having children but I need to do it because I don't want to feel like I didn't get to do it. Like, I'm gonna be real, like, my grandma, she had told me, she's like, I never traveled anywhere. Like, she never went to Paris. She never went to Europe. She never seen any of those things. And she's kind of like in her latter years of life of like, even though, God forbid, I hope she doesn't pass away for a long time. But like, once you're like getting into your 70s, 80s, 90s, you're kind of like, this is my last decades, hopefully, you know, hopefully decades. But you would hope that at that point, and you can still travel, but you would hope at that point that you've seen a lot, you know? Yeah. And so when I hear my grandma when she talks about like how she hasn't done all those things, and I don't ever want to feel how she feels, honestly. I don't ever want to feel like I've never done any of that stuff. And I don't want to feel like getting married is tying me down, or I don't want to feel like getting married is like a death sentence, like my life is over. I don't want to feel like having kids, my life is over. Like, I want that to be a great part of my life. Like, because that is honestly on my bucket list of life. I want to have a daughter. I want to have a son. Like, I want to get married. I want to, these things that people are telling me is a death sentence, that's actually something I really, really want. Yeah. And I'd be disappointed if I died before having children. So, yeah. But what do you think? I mean, it's just a conversation about living life how you want to live it, essentially.
Yeah, no, I think this is a good... I don't know if it's because you turned 27.
Yeah.
And I turned 25, but I think that shift kind of starts to... come in of like how you view life and how you want to spend it. Because I don't think we're old, but I also know we're not young either. And like you said, like, I think you said it last episode, like, the more we wait, the more things are going to start to pop up where it can prevent doing the traveling and stuff like that. No, 100%. Like, definitely, like, you know, once the mortgage, and if it's not mortgage, then it's going to be, you know, having to spend money on insurance for this or insurance for that. So I think, yeah, for sure, it definitely does add up. And I think that's a good kind of theme for you this year of just traveling and like enjoying and living life to the fullest and just accomplishing as much as you can before, as you know, like, the next chapter comes in life.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, I had been getting emails of like in December, the cutoff was like December 2nd, I think. But I had been getting emails about the doctorate program and they were trying to contact me to like apply. And like people were asking me during Christmas time. But I feel confident in my answer and I don't really care like what anybody has to say of like that I should do it. You know, like I have a family member, I love him so much, but he was like, so Mimi's, you're turning 27, like 28, 29, 30, then you'll be done with your doctorate. Then you can get married. Then you can have babies and things like that. And I'm like, in those 3 years, I lost my time to live again. And so that's why I really have that theme of I refuse to live an unlived life, just because although I'm so grateful I have my master's, I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't. I've learned so many lessons throughout that time, but that was 7 years of broke out of my mind, broke, not really traveling, just close things like San Diego, San Francisco, Vegas, which are fun. But like, you know, you want to see other parts of the world. Like, you know, you don't want to just go like locally all the time. Like, I don't really want to go to Santa Barbara. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like,
that's more accessible.
That's accessible at I could go right now if I wanted to. Like, you know what I mean? I want to do things that like go to different places like Walt Disney World, even though that was Florida. The United States is so big that it feels like a different, like you said, Chicago
or Kentucky.
Different part of the world, because it is culture, everything. So different.
And you know, I'm always talking about reflection and thinking about it. It made me think, I think 2024 prepared you for this theme.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you were talking about, I just think I was remembering right now, like one of the episodes you talked about that movie and how how valuable time is.
Oh my gosh, Inception. No, not Inception. Sorry. Interstellar.
Yes. And how that made you realize about the doctorate. So I feel like in a way, like God and 2024 prepared you for 2025 and this theme. Of just you making that realization, you watching that movie, you taking the next steps to not move forward with your doctorate for now, and then now to 2025 saying like, this is the theme that I want. And even your conversation with your grandma, like I feel like it all kind of ties in together, like trickled in to say like, this is kind of your theme for 2025.
For sure. Yeah. Because, you know, I was thinking I had received really good advice from my Nana. She is my stepdad's mom, and she had given me advice. We had went to this really yummy Mexican restaurant for my stepdad's birthday back in, oh my gosh, when was this? His birthday? November? Oh wait, it wasn't his birthday. It was Father's Day. It had to be, because it wasn't November. It was like in June, I think. Yeah, so we had went there for Father's Day, and she had asked me, she said, are you going to do the doctorate program? And I said, I don't know. I've been kind of grappling with, that was before, I think, Interstellar and all that stuff. And I think,
yeah, because that's like freshly after your graduation.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And so she said, you know, you've accomplished a lot. And she's like, there's time for the doctorate later. She said, my advice as an older woman is like, do all the things you want to do now. She's like, specifically, she said travel, because once you get older, your body hurts, you're tired. It's not the same. Yeah. Like, you know, you got to slow down. You know, then you got grandkids. You know what I mean? Like, you have all these things that like are nice, and that's a different time in your life. But like, she was saying she's like, you need to live. Like, you need to go see things, because you can get your doctorate when your kids are finished high school. You can get your doctorate when you're 60 years old. Yeah. You can get it whenever. If that's just something you want to just do, then you can get it anytime in your life. But right now, these are critical years of your life where things kind of happen now with your timeline. And so I really took her advice into account of like, even especially with Interstellar and all that stuff. And I was just like, yeah, I want to live. I feel like those 7 years, I was stuck in front of a book. I was stuck in front of a screen typing. Like I couldn't tell you how many days I spent hours on end typing, researching, reading, highlighting in my book. Like, it was just so much time. Yeah. And I was like, I'm literally living to learn. I was like, that was all I was doing. That was it. My life was school, and I did it. I'm good. I think the doctor will always be there. And yeah, you're not as spry as when you're younger, but I think I'd rather go to Paris. I'd rather go see things. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
no, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I think I'm really happy that, like I said, in a way, this is meant to be for you.
Yeah.
And this is your theme. And I think you'll live to it.
Yeah, I think so. You know me, when I set out for something, I do it.
Yeah.
Full throttle. So it's just a matter of finding a travel buddy, because I love traveling with Anthony. He's my perfect travel partner, just because we balance each other well of like, I don't know how to explain it, but you can't travel with just anybody. You have to travel with people that are the same vibe as you. You know what I mean?
Vibe, and also my brother always says, because my brother loves traveling, he always says that I also have the same budget as you.
That's true too.
Because I haven't traveled with people because, as you guys know, and as you
your
know,
parents strict.
After August, sign me up and we'll do that. But I know, like, my brother always says that, like, it's hard to travel with other people when, like, you know you want to go see the Eiffel Tower and you don't care if it's $50 to get in because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. But then there's people that might be like, $50? Like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, and then that's kind of, so it's like finding the right people of vibes. And I think also, like, these are the plans, this is the budget. Like, are you in for it? Type of thing.
Exactly. Well, I will definitely hit you up after your wedding. And
you can save July. For
for
Texas,
sure.
So.
Oh, we were going to Texas?
Yeah, Austin.
I didn't know where we were going. Austin, Texas?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying
More
to think.
info to come soon.
I don't think... Austin's not next to Houston, huh?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. I think I told you guys before, the only reason I would want to go to Texas is to see Joel Osteen in his church, because I love Joel Osteen. But that's in Houston, Texas.
But maybe after you could get a flight.
Yeah, maybe if Anthony wants to.
Like, yeah. Because I'm sure it'll only be like 30 minutes an hour.
No, I was thinking that. Well, we'll see with everything we have planned. That's the thing, Anthony. He's very a realist. He's like for example... Good thing we didn't, because I was exhausted in December. But during my December break, I wanted to go to Aulani in Oahu. And Anthony's like, we already went to Hawaii this year. Like, we went to Walt Disney World. We went to Hawaii. We went to one other place. I can't remember. And I was like, okay. Like, okay, what does that even mean? Like, let's go. And so that's also a thing I need to get him on board with for it too.
Yeah. But
also, I think Hawaii is I'm okay with like waiting to go with my kids, because that's actually a really good place to go with kids, because it's really chill. Yeah. Like, they would enjoy Disney Aulani.
Yeah. You know? I think you'll be just as... like their level.
No, yeah. You know, I was thinking, my mom, she always says that every time I meet a character, she's like, what's going to happen when you have kids? Like, you're going to be like, move, chip, you know? Yeah. But I think I'm going to get them as excited, because I'm genuinely excited. So I think I'll get them excited. They're like, yeah, you know? So we'll see when that happens. But I was also thinking, because you said that you're 25 years old. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like Jasmine and I are the closest, I can honestly say, in my friends, out of all my friends, of like, we're the closest in like our journey right now of like what we want, what we're kind of setting out to do, like marriage and all that stuff. But I will say that our age difference, even though it's not that big of a difference, it is a big difference. You know what I mean? Because like we were talking, me and Anthony are planning to get married in like 2026. And I was like, well, shortly after, I'm probably going to start having kids, because I'm going to be closer to entering my 30s. And she's like, oh no, like I'm not there yet at that point. And it's because of our age, because like you're 25, I'm 27. There's a difference like in that time frame. Yeah. Because you want to be able to have healthy babies. You want to have a healthy, safe delivery. You want to make sure that, you know, just because you never know with complications. Like, I have heard from other women in my life who are in that phase of like trying to have babies. They're like, it's hard. Like, once you're in your mid 30s, they're like, we're trying, no success. And so I don't want to put myself in that situation where, you know, I'm not saying like I don't want to have to pray for that, but I don't want to be like, I waited too long. You know what I mean? And I do believe in God's blessings and that he's going to bless me with a daughter and a son because I just feel it in my heart. Like I literally talk to them sometimes when I'm in prayer, but like, I don't know. I just don't want to miss out on something I want so bad.
Yeah.
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 And that sounds crazy to people because I know that I think in this generation, I think kids are really like a nuisance and they're like not really something most people our age want.
Yeah.
But it is something I've always wanted.
Motherhood.
Even when I was a kid, I've always wanted to be a mom.
Yeah. I think I can agree with that with you. Yeah. And it is hard. I feel like with this generation, like a lot of things are not in or nuisance or they're like I think like marriage is another one. Like it's not a big deal to many people.
Yeah, people don't really want to get married anymore.
They don't want to, or they just do it because they have to.
Mm-hmm.
But I know for me, like as I'm going through this chapter, I'm like, no, it's a blessing. Like,
this is what I want.
Huge. Like this is what I want. Like this is far more than just a ring on my finger. Like it's commitment.
Right. Yeah, it means a lot more.
Yeah, the meaning behind it and what it's in church and then everything. Like I'm like, no, this is real.
For sure.
Yeah.
I know. And I think as because this year me and Anthony are going to be officially 7 years together. It's a long time.
April, right?
Yeah, in April. Mm-hmm. And I was just thinking of like, oh my gosh, like when I looked at our pictures when we were younger, I was like, wow, so much has happened from then to now. So much growth, so many accomplishments and like things within our relationship together and by ourselves. And I love seeing progression in life and all that stuff. And I think we're at an age now that we can actually see our life going by us, you know, because I think when you're like 18 years old, you don't think about that stuff, you know, you're just kind of like living it. But I think now that we're I'm now in my late 20s, which is crazy to say. Mm-hmm. And I was telling my mom when I was like on my birthday, we were at Storytellers Cafe. And I'll enter a picture here of like, just to give you a freaking image of our video on YouTube of like me meeting Chip. But I was telling her like, I don't feel 27 at all. I don't, because I'm like, I feel just like school took so much time that I told her 25. I feel 25.
You feel 25.
But then at the same time, I like also a 25-year-old wouldn't be usually, I mean, would be thinking about like kids, I think. Usually. Like my friends, when I ask them, they're like, oh no, girl. Yeah. And they have man, but they're like, nah, I'm not thinking about that stuff right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess it's all preference, but I think the overall message that I'm trying to give myself and hopefully give you guys is to really live life to the fullest of whatever it is that you want to accomplish in your life, whether that is going back to school, which I have a few friends who that is their goal, is to get back into school, or whether it's to get out of school and start traveling, or whether it's to find the love of your life. Like, you don't ever want to feel like in the end of the day that you're actually not living and you're just coasting by. I don't want to coast by. I want to experience everything.
Yeah.
And I think that goes along with like being less attached to my phone too, which I'm trying to practice, but it's difficult. I didn't even add that to the resolutions because I don't want to feel.
You can add that to your bingo card.
I'll add. I don't know. It's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard to be off your phone.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing your message and your theme for 2025. I hope this inspired some of you, most of you, to maybe use this theme for 2025. Maybe you got inspired and you're like, I want to live like Marilyn. Like, see you in Oahu. Like, send me when you're going and I'll be there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely really good. Very, as always, impactful way to reflect on like, how are we living our life right now? And are we living it with intention?
And plan. Like, you should be, what you're doing right now should be where you want to be next year.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like Jazmine, this time last year, her mind was getting married, getting proposed to, getting married. And look at her now, proposed to, and she's getting married this year. Like, you have to set your mind and switch that like mentality. Where do I want to be next year? and work towards that throughout this year.
Yeah.
Because if you're not thinking about it, how the heck is it going to happen?
Yeah. Yeah. You got to plan it out more than anything.
Right.
Yeah. Have intention with every single thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. No, thank you for sharing this with us. Thanks. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Comment down below if you took anything from this episode. What was one thing that really stood out to you and that you want to practice or take with for this year? Stay tuned for our next episode. I will be sharing my theme for 2025.
I'm excited about that.
So you can have 2 different sides. Stay tuned for that. Make sure you are setting your intentions and everything for 2025. And above all else, we wish you love. Bye, friends.